We'll be sitting down with a very good butcher for this episode. Stay tuned. Hi, everyone, and welcome to Calling All Vegans. I'm Sue Spar. This is my friend and co-host, Alec Bosse.
Hi, everybody.
Now, our guest is a butcher, a good butcher. No, actually, a very good butcher. But he's a modern-day innovative butcher, employing methods where nobody gets hurt. That is, unless, of course, you're a bean, I suppose. His company proves you can make kinder, healthier food choices without sacrificing flavor, texture, or your core values. Please welcome James Davison, co-founder of The Very Good Butchers, to Calling All Vegans.
Hey guys, nice to meet you.
Oh, great to meet you. Okay, get it out of your system and tell the Torontonians how nice the weather is out there right now.
Well, it's raining today, but we did just have a really nice weekend. It was like 14 degrees and sunny.
Ouch.
You're the first plant-based butchery on the West Coast. Can you tell us a little bit about the background story of your company? How did you get the name? What motivates you to set things up?
Yeah, sure. So I started eating a plant-based diet 5 or 6 years ago. I kind of lost count a little bit. And at the time, I just didn't really see a lot on the supermarket shelves that was speaking to me. I didn't really agree with the ingredients I was seeing there. It wasn't really something I wanted to eat every day. And I was craving bangers and mash one day. And I was like, I'm going to have to make my own. It's the only thing for it. So I've been a chef for a long time, like 13, 14 years before I started the company. So I kind of relied on my culinary background. Started making these products, thought they were pretty good, but didn't really think about it as a business. One day I went to a family barbecue where I met my brother-in-law's wife's brother. So we are
10 times removed or whatever.
Sometimes, yeah, brothers-in-law, couple times, I don't know. So anyway, he tried the products, really loved them. He'd been a vegetarian all his life, so he'd eaten a lot of not very good burgers. And he's working in digital marketing, but he wanted to do something new, and he had a bit of cash in the bank, and he just said, hey, let's start a company together.
Pretty good combo, that, huh? Little cash.
Yeah, so him with some cash in the bank, me with the products, no cash in the bank. And then it's just grown from there.
So I understand that you are soon getting the boot as president, or perhaps it's nicer to say that you will be wearing one less hat.
Yes.
And plant-based foods veteran Anna Silva of Daiya will be taking your place. So no doubt a mutually beneficial deal. So congratulations on that. That's pretty amazing.
Thank you.
Now, at least two of your people come from Daiya. Also, your director of R&D. Is there going to be anyone left over there to run the company?
I hope so. We don't aim to keep taking Daiya employees. We just advertise and people I guess to see as the new up and comer. Like Daiya's gotten to the point where they're very big, and I think people are just kind of attracted to that growth stage. So they've taken Daiya through that growth stage, and now they're going to kind of pass it on and come to another company in that growth stage.
Very good.
So you are a growing company, and you seem to be doing very well. How many different products do you currently have on your line?
Oh man, I think it is 15 that or maybe 20 maybe in the butcher shop and in the butcher's boxes. And then we have, I think 7 now that you can buy in retail stores.
And with that, how big is your distribution range, and are you planning on expanding that?
Yeah, so the big push for spring next year is we're going to be, we're actually moving into Daiya's old factory that they're moving out.
Okay, this is...
So some people feel very like home for a couple of our employees. So we're moving into this in February. And then the big push there is to expand our retail all the way across Canada. And then we have a plant in California that will be opening hopefully around July, August time. We have our plant manager there that is going to be working at the Rupert facility with us, and then he's going to take all that knowledge that he's learned there and he's going to take it over to California, and that should do all of our American retail as well.
That's wild. So was there a big fight as to who got to be at the helm of the California plant, or?
No, we just we did a search. We got lucky. We found a really great guy from California. He was local. He lived like half an hour away from the plant, so it's been a bit tough for him. So he's from he came up to Canada in the winter. He had to quarantine for 2 weeks on his own before he could come and do anything else with us as well. So
sounds pretty committed then, huh?
Yeah, committed to the cause for sure.
So you mentioned that this started when you wanted to start creating your own plant-based meats for yourself. That being said, how often are you eating your own products? And are you the official test taster, or do you have somebody else that comes in to try things out too?
Yeah, well, I'm still making a lot of products. Lucky found another great chef that's come on board, and he's doing a lot of product development as well. And we also have the R&D team in Vancouver. So I'm still doing some development, but mostly just saying more of this, less of that, you know. But yeah, I do still eat it most days here at the shop. So.
Especially those bangers, huh? I live with an Irishman, so that's the only reason I know terms like that. Now, when we talk about how many beans you've butchered, do you think you could be a little more precise than a bajillion, as you put on your website?
Oh man, tons and tons. We ordering for next year. We'll be probably butchering somewhere in the region of 30 million tons of beans, something like that.
Wow.
Now you're getting to where you must have been put in a phenomenal amount of work and long hours and operating lean and mean and having very supportive spouses, I'm guessing.
Long suffering.
Yeah. Yeah. What is the secret sauce of very good butchers that makes it unique compared to other hardworking companies with a great product?
I think for us, we've been really lucky to have a business that people really care about. So our employees come to work feeling like they're doing something meaningful. And that's really helped people kind of want to put in the long hours in when things are not going as good as they could be. Like that definitely has always helped. Like people really feel like they're part of the movement, and it really motivates people to make it work.
Really good feeling there, huh?
Yeah, it's been a great feeling. Like it's a very kind of family feeling that we have here, and there's been a lot of people that have been with us since the very beginning, and it's great to kind of see them grow with us as well.
Absolutely. So 4 years ago, you were in farmers markets. You've grown pretty exponentially, it sounds like, in those 4 years. Can you tell us a little bit about what happened June 18th, 2020?
Where were you?
Oh, what happened that day?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we went. We became the second publicly traded plant-based company in the world, which is really exciting. It got loads of support. It was a really cool thing to do. It was definitely a very scary thing. It's not really the advice that a lot of food companies get. You know, like the ones that have been around for a long time, you know, were advising, I'll stay private and find someone to sell to in 10 years time, or whatever. But I think because the Beyond Meat had already done it, they kind of paved the way a little bit. And then we had done a front funder campaign as well. And also, because of that, we had a lot of investors already. So we really wanted to kind of give them the opportunity to kind of grow with us as well.
Absolutely.
That's good. Yeah, rather than some stranger or some, you know, these are people who are actually kind of your fans or people who care about your growth, you know, not just for money's sake, but they want to see you succeed. So it's good.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. There's a lot of kind of like heart investors, I'd call them, that are really kind of just love the movement, want to support that kind of thing. That's where they want to put their dollars.
That's good.
So your ticker tape is Very, and you guys started off at 20.5 cents when you first opened, and by June 22nd, up to $1.55. That's
More than a buck and a half.
That's some pretty impressive growth in a very short time. How did you feel when you saw that happening?
Yeah, that was the kind of, I think when we first, said we're going to be IPO, the guys that were putting it together were like, yeah, you might be up at $1 by Christmas. So to see it grow that quickly, like, it obviously really validated our decision. And it's just been great. It's given us the funds that we need to really, like, all the things that we've been dreaming about doing, but we couldn't because we've been bootstrapping. We can now, go full steam ahead on it.
So good. I mean, it makes all of us feel good to see you guys succeed. So what is the stock trading at now? And was it hard to resist the urge to look at the old ticker tape every couple of minutes to see where you were?
It's very difficult to resist that temptation, yeah. It's great when 1 o'clock comes around and I can finally start doing some work. It was at 9, it touched $9.50 this morning, $9.50. I'm not sure where it is right now, but.
We better get in soon, Alec, because it's not going down anytime soon.
So that's, so you started off on TSX, and now you just recently entered the U.S. stock exchange as well, correct?
Yeah, so we were on the OTC there. We're going to be hopefully moving up. So we actually started on the CSE, the Canadian Exchange. We're probably going to be moving up to the TSX, hopefully.
Fingers crossed.
I'm not sure how much I can talk about, honestly. Well,
it's going over our heads anyway, so don't worry.
Yeah, but like I think eventually, we'd like to be on the NASDAQ.
That's awesome.
So now this is twice now, first with Beyond Meat and now with you guys, where I've wanted to invest, but I didn't have the money at the time of the launch, but okay, we'll just leave that behind us. How does a layperson such as myself actually go about investing in your company?
There are a couple of trading apps. So there's Robinhood and a few others. That's probably the easiest way, but you can also talk to your bank. Most banks have, like you go over to TFSA, and then you can use that money in there to start trading with, and then all of the money that you make from that is then tax-free.
Oh,
that's awesome.
Ooh. Good to know. I may not have to worry about this anytime soon, though, but it's good to know for the future.
So if you had to look into your crystal ball, who do you think is going to be the next plant-based sector IPO?
Well, we've got some friends that I know are following down that route. I'm not sure if I can talk about it.
Okay, no,
all right, no pressure.
Yeah,
no pressure.
I don't know if it's something that they want me to talk about or if it's even.
Yeah,
gotcha. It's okay. Sure. No worries.
Okay, well, you can. Other than them, who do you think then might be somebody?
Be the next big one.
In a position
There's definitely like a few people that I see that could do really well. Like there's a mycelium company called At Last that could be very interesting. So they're using mushroom protein. That's very quick to grow, and then it makes like quite a meaty texture. That's quite interesting, especially it's like a whole muscle thing. So it's one ingredient and then flavoring. So it's really clean. So those guys might potentially do it. But no, I don't.
No, that's okay. Yeah.
So
too many top tips for you.
Maybe I'll do a follow-up that is a lot more accessible. If you were able to choose any company that was able to do an IPO, do you have anybody that you're like, you have your fingers crossed that you're hoping are going to make it in soon?
Well, I hope my friends come next.
It's
a great company, great products. It's going to be very innovative. And now it's just all about kind of scaling for them.
Yeah. We won't go beyond that.
Okay, so on to something a little bit lighter.
Yeah.
Or maybe not, I don't know. A little bit easier to answer, hopefully. What was your vegan backstory? How did you wind up deciding that this was a choice that you needed to make?
Yeah, so I never really thought about it. Growing up in the kind of countryside in England, it's not something that I ever really considered. Then I moved to Vancouver, started working in a restaurant called Heirloom, kind of just not kind of by accident. Like I wasn't looking for a vegetarian restaurant to work in. It just happened to be one that was hiring. Like I thought the food looked good, and when I was there was a lot of people that were vegan and vegetarian. So like these restaurants kind of attract people that want to be cooking vegan and vegetarian food. I remember one girl put me onto a couple of like documentaries and books there, especially there was Cowspiracy and Eating Animals as well, like very powerful book. And once I'd opened my eyes to it, I just couldn't shake it. Like I didn't want to become a vegan. I was reluctant, but I just couldn't. Like I couldn't reconcile my feelings for like the guilt that I'd have from this product. So I just didn't want to have to deal with that guilt. So I stopped eating animals, basically.
Sorry to say, you have a good heart, and you know that's all we can say. Sorry for your luck.
Yeah. But now, no, I don't mourn it now. Like I don't miss it. It's something that I did. It's hard when you first begin, but like it's becoming so easy these days. Like there's so many products out there.
Well,
with products like what you're making, it certainly makes it.
Now, even though you're in competition, vegan companies do seem more supportive of one another. I guess because they have the same common ethical goal of changing the world for the better. And it's a win for animals to have this huge demand for plant-based products, and no one company can meet that demand. Do other success stories in the plant-based sector make things easier in any way for your company, for Very Good Butchers? I'll get the brand.
Yeah, absolutely. So people like Beyond and Impossible that kind of are making it much more mainstream. Like you don't have to even be vegan to eat plant-based anymore, which I feel like a few years ago people didn't have that mindset. Like you either ate meat or you didn't. Like there was no middle ground of like I'll eat a vegan burger this day. And so I think that's really helped opening up a much broader audience. So I think like that market of not quite vegan yet, but like just testing the waters is probably the biggest growing one. And it's great. Like I feel like anyone that chooses a plant-based meal, whether it's one time a week or 7 days a week, then every meal, it's better than nothing, right? So it's like, and we will always encourage people just to like make small changes. You don't have to change everything today, but like making these small changes is going to lead to this massive change. And one day, hopefully these people are like, oh, I don't need the animal meat. I can just, I don't miss it.
Make new habits, I suppose.
Yeah, make new habits, absolutely, yeah.
So when choosing the names for your products, you tend to go using the names of the other product that you're replicating. What are your thoughts on all the lobbying from animal agriculture and around the country is trying to, make it illegal to use the names like veggie dogs and veggie burgers and soy milk, like them trying to legislate that? What do you think about that?
I always tell people, hold on tight to your peanut butter. It could be that.
I think it shows that we're winning. Like that's the thing that really like we were actually big enough, making enough noise that now they're having to fight back, right? And that's a good thing for me. Like we will obviously as a company always fight that legislation. Like I think it's a responsibility of companies like ours to fight that. And it sucks that they're doing it, but it also means that we are winning, which is great.
Absolutely.
Well, and I guess it gets the issue out there into the public realm as well. So that certainly doesn't hurt either.
Absolutely, yeah. It's just more advertising. It's more people that are aware of it. And
so on a similar note, I'm sure you're aware of what just happened in Singapore with cultured meat. What are your thoughts on that, and where do you see that fitting in with your products, etc.
Yeah, it's not something that we would do as the Very Good Butchers or the Very Good Food Company, I don't think. Like, I still feel like there is moral ambiguity there. Like, I think there is a massive room for these products. And if they were, completely ethically made, if they were more sustainable, say, than even growing like soy or beans or something, right? Then yeah, I would have to support it. So I think it's very interesting. I think it's going to be a big part of our food chain eventually.
We won't talk about that human meat one that came up recently.
Yeah, did you hear
about that?
No, are they going to be culturing human meat?
They can buy a kit, and you'll have to look it up. I won't do it justice trying to.
Just for anyone who's interested
in culturing your own meat to eat.
Wow. Okay. Are you in your own cells?
Yeah.
That sounds very sustainable.
Yeah.
I mean, there's other, things that are going on, like where they're making virtually indistinguishable milk products that are completely plant-based, but like on a molecular level, virtually the same. So I think there's a lot of room for different ways to achieve the goal of not growing animals for livestock and killing them for food.
Just take the cheese from under your toenail and you too can be sustainable. Anyway.
Not that, but the DNA identical cheese, I would definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
Dare I ask about Birdie Bean? Ooh.
Yeah, he's a mascot.
Yeah. Is everything okay for him though?
Well, he takes one for the team.
Okay.
I hear he's to die for.
Yes.
Okay, so I just have two quickie questions for you. Is it Daiya or Die-yah?
Daiya is in deity.
Ah, very good.
I've heard it directly from the source.
There we go. I knew you'd know. So, and I know it's like asking a parent to name their favorite child, but what's your personal favorite product in your line?
Oh, it's the British Banger for sure.
Yeah.
It's not even close.
What? I can't believe you.
So I know that you guys have your website, verygoodbutchers.com, and your Instagram, at The Very Good Butchers. Are there any other socials that you want to make sure that people are aware of?
We are on Twitter, but I don't know what our handle is, honestly.
Oh, okay.
It's probably like one of those two.
It's written right down here. You can see it now.
That's weird, yeah. We have a Twitter account, but nobody uses it. So anyway.
We don't do a lot of tweeting.
Absolutely.
Well, anyway, thank you very much for joining us. I really did appreciate this. And, I got that little inside tip on how to pick up your stock and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
So that's good to know.
Call me later and I might tell you who the guys that were IPOing are. Maybe that's inside trading. Who knows?
Well, if you're able to release that information between now and then.
I'm not an insider. No, I don't work for them. That should be fine.
Okay, so thank you very much.
Just don't tell anyone.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we'll never air this. Don't worry.
Well, thank you again for taking some time to be on the show. It's been an absolute pleasure to speak with you, and I'm looking forward to seeing your products over on our side of the country so we can start tasting them. And
well, you can order online. They have them on their website.
Order online, yeah.
There you go. I guess I'll have to be placing an order soon. And anyone who's looking, make sure to check out Very Good Butchers, trading under Very, and maybe do some investments and help move the plant-based products forward.
Well, thanks, guys. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
One more time, we love your beard. That's all.
Thanks.
Thank you. That was good.